So, Sanyasa.
Yes. Hello, Harasan.
Good to see you again, and to see you all sort of like vibrant. There is this sort of like retreat energy flowing from out of you. Beautiful. And yeah, can you share with us where you've been and what you've done in the last couple of days?
Yeah. So I'm in Costa Rica, and I've been at a wonderful retreat here, working on shifting into a greater sense of alignment, and some creating more clarity around my calling and my mission, and it has been one of those journeys where the actual journey of getting here was so challenging, because of all the beliefs that I had around, oh well, it's gonna, I mean, how can I fly with all this COVID stuff, and how can I make it to this retreat? But ultimately the will was strong, and the desire for growth was epic. It overcame everything, and so there were many obstacles that I had to overcome in order to get here, but in the end it was all absolutely worth it, because I feel so settled in myself. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I've connected, and I feel a greater sense of I guess alignment, and also I'm proud of myself for having the courage to do this and be here, and want the growth. But I also shared in the group recently that being at this kind of a retreat, though magnificent in its own right, made me really miss the one heart circle, not just the virtual circle, but also actually mainly the experiences that we get to share with each other when we're on retreat. So that is something that I've never experienced before or after. And yeah, the experiential growth that is facilitated at our retreats, you know, and the love that we get to experience, and the fact that we are so already connected. These retreats only bring us closer and make it more obvious what is already there. And what is already there is love, and what is already there is that we are all choosing to be part of a movement towards awakening and supporting ourselves and supporting each other in our expansion processes, which happen anyway. But without a support system, it can get so messy. And yeah, I was there at the retreat and found myself missing with you, Harasan. I mean, you've been a constant at the retreats I've been at, you know, and missing the experience that we get to experience together, and how Marc and Ayura and Gila facilitate for us and hold space for us, and then how we hold space for each other, and that we get to experience actual intimacy, like profound intimacy, and intimacy of the heart, you know, intimacy of the spirit. And we share experience after experience after experience together, breakdown, breakthrough, hold space, triggers, appreciation, breath work. My goodness, you know, the experiential learning that takes place, and the togetherness that is formed through that, a true tribe feeling comes out of that. I didn't have that in this retreat that I've been on, so find it very easy to be right.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's actually feels almost like a compliment.
It is a compliment.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. How about for you, Harasan? How have you been feeling about the retreat upcoming?
Yes. For me, it feels like I'm really looking forward to it, especially because I've been experiencing, of course, the one from last year, and that is still with me, energy-wise. and it has been life-changing for me. And of course, it is a projection to the future, but I can only but think of that this retreat will be at least not less, never less. So if it were it can only be, for me, it feels like I'm stepping into something which will be life-changing in a most profound way, and I have no clue what that will be. And that is such an expensive thrill, sort of like, oh my God, I'm going to blossom into what? And and that is, and also what you shared with feeling that connection with this, it's not only a tribe, but with this family, and it's not only a family, but with these people that, and in this energy that was so extremely supportive towards everybody, that no matter what process one was going through, the group, the family was always there, holding their you're still there, holding their space and standing for their greatness and coming from love. And even if people were triggered by someone's actions, which of course can happen, then it would always be met with and shared coming from expansion. So not to put someone down, always to uplift someone, and to look forward of being together with that family again, and now in the flesh, because I've since then I really feel it in my heart how important the circle is. Because before that it was mostly through the internet, especially with the whole lockdown and me feeling sort of like alone and secluded, especially when I'm on the yacht. And then suddenly we had this connection like I never had before in the flesh even. And to know that that I will be going to such a place again without projecting expectations like it should be like this, but I know that it will be full of love, full of carrying and holding space and supporting each other, everybody supporting each other in growing. And oh man, I'm looking really much forward. Not only in like, let's have fun. Maybe the days before, maybe a little chill on the beach. If I have myself a Kaipiroshka, of course, smoke my cigar, of course. But I'm not going to Greece for that, especially not in June, because it's beautiful in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. But to be in the safe surroundings, and also to be together in the Wachuma ceremony, that too was for me such a powerful experience. And even and I was like complaining, I don't feel anything. And even then it was for me a very transformational experience, especially being surrounded by so many people that were seeing through me. And so my ego couldn't hijack me. And don't get me started. I'll never stop. But I truly wish that especially the people that haven't been on the retreat yet, because the other ones they already know, but the ones that haven't been on the retreat yet, to come and just grant themselves the experience. That can't wait. So actually, I should make a recording of them before the retreat, and then say, how are you thinking about it? And maybe now make a recording now. How do you feel about it now? I feel resistance. Maybe I shouldn't come. I don't have the money. How about the COVID tests? What about the flights are being canceled? Blah, blah, blah. Do I get my money back? All that stuff. And then a recording after the retreat. Well, how do you feel about it now? And then, just let connection to whatever they are connected to then do the talking for them, and then see the night and day difference. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. I just also want to express, because what you shared about all the reasons why not, what that brought up for me is that when I was coming here to Costa Rica, there was a little bit of doubt in me. And that presented itself as challenges in getting here. And so when I arrived at the airport, I had my PCR test for America. I was flying for America. I had my visa for America. I had everything that I needed to get to Costa Rica in the most indirect way, but still. And upon arrival at the airport in Berlin, I was presented with, you can't get on your plane, you cannot go to Costa Rica. And I started shaking, and then that's when I realized, okay, I have some doubt about Costa Rica. This is now my opportunity to choose it again. So I stood there and I chose it again. I said, no, I am going. There has to be a way. And a way was provided. A way was provided. A woman helped me. She gave her code so that I could get a reduced price on a flight. And I ended up going directly from Germany to Costa Rica. I got 3 extra days here, and was held by strangers every single step of the way, landing in a different city, having to cancel all of my reservations for Liberia because I was now in San Jose, redo new health insurance, new taxis, new hostels. And I like to control my process, but I was taught to surrender. And as soon as I decided, the universe conspired in my favor, whilst also teaching me what it means to be surrendered and to trust that saying yes, a wholehearted yes, will teach you more than you ever expected, and that the signs come, all of the affirming signs come once you decide yes, so that your energy can flow without having leaks in your bucket. And the universe said, Sanya, you're leaking. So I had to re-choose. And it was the most expansive experience, even before the retreat started, just to have the opportunity to say yes to it. And so for me, our One Heart retreat is, that is more of a yes than any other retreat than that I have gone to and will go to this year. I know it. I feel it.
Yeah,
and
I have exactly.
Yeah. I cannot wait. I can't wait to be sitting at dinner together, all of us, chatting away about what came up, what opened up, what we're learning, where were the insights, sitting at breakfast together, some of us in silence, some of us chatting, some of us holding space, some of us sharing, some of us processing, but all in this unified sense of togetherness. And then having that little free time where we all get to dance ecstatically together and just be in expression and allow the words to not be present, but allow the body to be an instrument. And I cannot even, as soon as I go into the imaginal world of what will be through the experience of what was, that what comes up is such inspiration. I can't wait, and I look forward to any obstacle that comes to teach me something that is in the way of me being all together.
It resonates so much. For me, it was like, even if I have to swim, and I'm fucking afraid of sharks, but even if I would have to swim, then I would come. Nothing is gonna stop me. No, but to think back of the retreat gets me lit up again, and then knowing that a similar thing, and even I know that I will be in process, probably crying my heart out, and even screaming or whatever might happen. There's almost no words for it. Beautiful. And I was also
words for it.
Come again?
There are no words for it.
Yeah. And also, what came up with me, if I look at the alternative, it reminds me of day 3 on a Conscious Living 1, after we've done the what's it called? The Actor Architect exercise. then we summarize it and complete the energy, and then we say, you put yourself out there, you went there, you went and stepped over your ego, stepped over your fear, and now you have a result instead of a story. And that always sticks with me, especially with regard to this one, because I can remember that I skipped a retreat once, the New Year's retreat from 2019 to 2020. And looking back, that was one of the worst decisions, not a mistake, the worst decisions, because I learned a lot from it. So it's not a mistake, but one of the worst decisions I ever made, because after that it was constantly, that year did not work out, of course, for many people, being it 2020, but still it was constantly like I was not having the context. What context would I have had if I would have been to the retreat, and what have I missed? And now I just had a story, and I had a result, but the result that I didn't like. And yeah, and I can still remember also last year that I thought, well, maybe just leave it, because they canceled my flight closely before, and then I had to rebook, and it was more expensive, and I had to go through Germany because the Netherlands had just closed their borders and all that stuff. And I was thinking of maybe just let it be. And then I remembered me missing the New Year's retreat and all that came with it. And I was like, hell no. Hell no, will I not be hearing stories afterwards like, it was so amazing, and then think like, oh my God, I missed it. And and now I cannot imagine how my life would have looked like if I wouldn't have gone to the retreat last year. And then putting this on this year, for me, it's like, I can only but go. It's, even though I love to go, but also I can only but go. If I don't go, then it feels like my heart is ripped out. Like, what? What are you doing? It was so clear. You had all this clarity of purpose, and now you don't. And especially then afterwards, knowing that not that I have the fear of missing out, but I don't want to miss this one out. Why? So beautiful. And I know it's supporting me, staying at home in my shelter, in my little shell. Cozy it is, maybe with my bottle of wine, and it's in June with my Kaipuroska on the deck. It's cozy, but it will not cut it. It will not cut it.
No,
very much not.
No.
No, nothing.
Yeah, I'm so inspired. Enthusiasm, Harasan.
Good. I hope it rubs off on everybody, and that we have the biggest possible group there in the end. Of course, I know some people cannot come, for example, from South Africa with borders closed and all that stuff. But that we leave no one behind with regard to being hijacked by the ego, being shut down by the ego. That everybody has, for example, if they have watched this movie and that they think, just book, just go and get it over with, because why am I tormenting myself so much? Just make the booking, and then afterwards seeing the results from them. Yeah. Very inspiring.
Yes. Yes. I think it's also just important to add and share that oftentimes when we know that we're going to do something that is outside of our comfort zone, then we start to think of all the reasons why not. And that's a natural part of seeing where you're at. Know yourself. Okay, yeah, okay, stuff comes up, all the resistance comes up, great, fine, okay, but do you simultaneously see all of the possibilities, all of the potential? Can you see how much of a shift can be created through attending something like this, and not just because you're in direct contact with your teacher, but also because you're in direct contact with your students, with his students, your family, your sister, And can you see the potential that will open up for you once you leave? Can you perceive, can you want for yourself the shifts that want to happen in you? Who would you become when all of these contexts that hold you back are collapsed and you become courageous naturally again, your more natural state? You know, what else, what other potentials lie there, you know, in the great prospective future of this retreat? There's so much potential for expansion, for letting walls crumble, for getting your little personal prison and moving and shifting and being again liberated and experiencing from purer and purer places together. It's just choose that or me staying at home, you know. I don't like it's pretty easy decision, really. All these inspiring words, almost like, but I didn't want to just stay sitting there chilling, doing what, you know. I want the catalyst. I want to be a conscious creator of my own growth, you know. And I have an opportunity and a teacher that is not something that everybody gets to have in the spiritual journey. There are experiences waiting, growth, potent experiences. The potential to happen is just phenomenal, and I really wish that the rest of us are able to allow that to sink in.
Yeah, me too. To see the possibilities of sort of like entering through a portal. So the retreat being a portal, and after that retreat you enter a new dimension in your life, which you never thought was possible. Like, how did I end up here? And I love it. What the you took a shot, you took a chance. Beautiful. I think we could almost go on forever, but with regard to people not having to watch too long of a movie, I would say let's wrap her up for now. But Sanyasa, thank you so much for having this inspiring conversation with you, especially with this beautiful background, and can't wait also to be in the good weather, and especially on Greece with the springtime there. Amazing. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you wish to share before we stop this movie, which you wish to share for the people that are watching this?
I can't wait to see you all and be with you all together, really together, and to get to know you with time and with ease, and to actually sense into each other's energies and to grow.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's it.
Yeah, for me, completely the same, to finally meet each other in person and feel the true power of the One Heart Circle, especially the family power, the tribe. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's it for now. Thank you very much, Sanyasa. And thank you very much, everyone else, to have been watching this. Bye-bye.